The truth is, in life, we don't like detours. We often like the destination, but sometimes we're just not big fans of the journey. We resist it because we don't always understand it. We don't sometimes understand how God can be at work somewhere when we're in unfamiliar territory. The world right now is on a detour. Many people are trying to figure out how to live, how to survive, how to navigate this unprecedented time. This isn't what anybody expected or signed up for. We expected the journey to look differently, and because of that, sometimes we wonder where God's at in the middle of it all. This whole situation reminds me when the Israelites were released from slavery in Egypt. The plagues hit, Pharaoh's heart hardens over and over, but finally he lets God's people go. But then he changes his mind and decides he's going to chase them down. The people of Israel look back and they see Pharaoh and his army coming, and these aren't warriors, these aren't people trained for battle, and they freak out. They say it would have been better to die back in Egypt a slave than die out here. They focus on the situation, the detour, not their destination. This isn't what they expected, but this is what I know. Many of us are experiencing loss on different levels. Loss of what we expected, loss of relationships, loss of clarity, loss of certainty, because we expected things to look one way. The route before us was clear, but now the way forward is unknown. And sometimes we get worked up. Sometimes we get anxious. Sometimes we get scared. The thing we need to remember, though, is that God is still at work. Look at what Moses tells the Israelites in this very same story, Exodus chapter 14, verse 13. He says, "Don't be afraid. Just stand still and watch the Lord rescue you today. The Egyptians you see today will never be seen again. The Lord himself will fight for you. Just stay calm." Sometimes we need to be reminded to just be still. That the fight isn't ours. That God has it. That God himself is fighting on our behalf. We need to be reminded in the middle of our loss that it isn't the end of the story. In the words of Psalm 46, we need to be still and know that he is God. Amen.